So, some of you probably know I am traditionally not a fan of PRS guitars, but I feel like I need to explain myself as to why. I don't think they're bad guitars. I actually think they're great. They're some of the best guitars out there. I think PRS does an excellent job of building guitars at a major scale, on a mass scale, that are incredibly well made. The fit and finish is amazing, and they offer a lot for what they are. My problem with PRS guitars, though, traditionally has been that I don't feel very inspired when I play them. And that's a completely subjective thing. There's a lot of you that love your PRS guitars, and you love to let me know how wrong you think I am about this in the comments section. But I've tried dozens of PRS models. I've tried dozens of examples of the same model, trying to find the PRS that I like, and I never really have. And I think the reason why is because the PRS thing just doesn't really speak to me. That highly consistent, every guitar essentially being within 1 or 2% the same as the next guitar is great, and I understand the value and I understand why people love that, but for me, it's not very inspiring. For me, traditionally, PRS guitars have felt just kind of sterile until I played this yesterday. This is the new NF53. This is the Swamp Ash model, and this is essentially PRS's version of a Telecaster. This, I think, shows everything that PRS does well without any of the drawbacks that typically turn me off to a PRS guitar. Although it vaguely looks like a Tele, it's not a Tele clone, like the Silver Sky. And I understand why PRS made the Silver Sky the way they did. They were bringing in John Mayer. He had very specific needs for that guitar. It needed to be a Strat, and I understand why. But this, the NF53, they didn't need it to be just another Tele. And to me, I think it's a really fresh take on the traditional Tele guitar, which I love. There's elements of the Telecaster here that they have sort of ported over, but made uniquely their own, like this bridge, for example. This is a Tele style bridge. You've got the brass saddles here, but instead of just having the 3 adjustment screws like a traditional Tele ashtray bridge, which means you can never quite intonate the guitar fully, they've gone to this 4-screw system, which actually lets you intonate the guitar the way it should be. And then these pickups. Admittedly, I don't know much about these pickups other than they are Tele-esque without being exactly like a Telecaster. If you want a straight up Tele pickup sound, there's a million different Tele options you can get out there. And I like that PRS went for that sort of ballpark of sound without directly just doing the traditional Tele pickup configuration. But this model has the 3-way toggle switch, master volume, master tone. So the control layout is very Tele-esque, which I love. I think it's one of the best things about the Telecaster. It's simple, it's utilitarian, it's easy to use, and it works. Also, I really dig the shape. Again, it's familiar, it's Tele-esque, but they did their own thing with it. It's PRS, and it's the things that I like about the PRS shape, like the carve here and the lower cutout. It's a little bit offset, and it's comfortable, and it's ergonomic, and it just works. But interestingly, I don't feel the same way about the Miles Kennedy version of this guitar. I played the Miles Kennedy version here at Gearfest, compared it to this one, and I don't like it. I don't like that it has the 5-way switch. I don't like the pickups as much. I don't like that it can do the Strat thing. It can kind of do the quacky 2 and 4 position thing. I don't like that you can coil tap the pickups. To me, that's like pulling it farther away from what a Telecaster should be, which is simple, meat and potatoes, reliable, one guitar to do everything. To me, the Miles Kennedy version is farther away from that. I also appreciate that they didn't put a big flamey maple cap on this with some goofy color burst thing that PRS loves to do. Sure, there's plenty of people out there that love that. You know, you have the dragon green burst or whatever with all the flamey stuff. That's just not me. I can't stand guitars that look like that. I love the neck shape. It's big and beefy, but it's not too big. It's not like some, you know, R8 or R9 Les Pauls where it feels like you're playing a baseball bat with frets attached to it. It's comfortable, it's easy to play, but it's not too thin. Fit and finish is phenomenal, as PRS's are. The fretwork is really, really great. Playing wise, it does the thing that a lot of PRS's do, which kind of like, it almost has this like piano quality to it. I mean, the thing just rings and the entire guitar is resonating. It's loud, unplugged. This has all the things that I like in a guitar, and it's a PRS, which is something that I admittedly never really thought was gonna happen, but they did. Interestingly, it's a top loader, not like a traditional Tele, so they did deviate from the Tele design in multiple ways, other than just the shape and the pickups. It's a top loader Tele, a la, you know, Jimmy Page's Tele, for example. You're not going strings through the body, which is an interesting choice. And then having the traditional PRS headstock, 3-in-3 instead of 6-in-line, like a Fender. This, I think, is what many people wanted the Silver Sky to be, which was PRS's version of the Strat, whereas what they gave you with the Silver Sky was just a Strat, arguably a really great Strat, but it's just a Strat. This is PRS's version of a Telecaster, and I genuinely like it. I would absolutely buy this guitar and feel really good about the money that I spent on it. And it just looks good. Like, it actually looks good, which I know I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, but I don't think most PRS's look good. This does. It's a really great shape. The finish is excellent. It's a really nice piece of swamp ash. The proportions are right. I think this guitar will age very well. I think it'll look good 25, 30, 40 years from now, which when it comes to guitar design, I think is actually a really difficult thing to do, to design a new shape that will look good decades down the road. I think they did a really good job. So this is the NF53. I really dig it. I finally found a PRS that I actually like. I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments section down below. Huge thanks to Sweetwater for having us out here to Gearfest, and thanks to PRS for letting me steal this from their booth and jump here in the Focal room to film this video. If you want more information, I'll have some links in the description box down below. Those will be Sweetwater affiliate links, which is a great way to support the channel if you like what I'm doing here. And if you're new here, please subscribe. My name is Rhett Shull. Thank you so much for watching.